Welcome back. It's been a little bit since the last update, and it's actually been pretty quiet for a while, but we finally had some big breakthroughs this week, so I want to bring you up to speed on what's going on. So the first piece of news is here at the shop build. We finally have a tap-in permit. It's unbelievable. It took us 6 months to get here, but finally we have permission to tie into the city water and sewer lines. Back when we were still doing construction, we had the plumbers come out and they roughed in where the bathroom is going to be. So you'll see over here the lines for the shower, the sink, and the toilet. And then over here we actually have a laundry sink that'll be outside of the bathroom. The plan for the sewer here is that it's actually going to run in between these two houses just over my shoulder here. We've been talking to both of the owners of those properties. They've both been cooperative, and so we're going to run our sewer line out in between the two buildings and out to the street there. The city water main actually runs down this street here in front of the building, and so we'll tap in here. We do know that we're going to have to dig out into the street and reconnect to the main because the existing line from the main to the curb is lead, and so that obviously has to be replaced. That's unfortunate because it means that we're going to end up repaving a chunk of the street, which is kind of a pain, but it is what it is. The reality is, though, it's early December and it's unlikely we're going to make any progress on this site until the springtime. It's below freezing now, and it is difficult to pour concrete once the temperatures get below freezing, really once it's below about 40 degrees. The problem is that rather than reacting with the cement that is in the concrete mix, the water tends to freeze, and therefore you end up with a weakened slab. That's a serious problem, and we're not willing to take that chance. So this site's on hold. There's really not a lot we can do about it. So the other big news this week is I bought another property. Right behind me is the house that we bought. It was damaged in a fire about 2 years ago, and so it is going to need a major overhaul. In fact, at this point, we're not even sure whether we will be able to salvage the frame or if we're going to have to scrape it and start all over again. But that is the fun of all this. We get to figure out what happens next. So stay tuned. I will be starting the process on this. Actually, on Monday, we're getting a dumpster to arrive and we will start emptying it out. So stay tuned to see what happens next. And as always, do your best work.